ਮਾਮਲਾ ਗੁਰਪਤਵੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਨੂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਨ ਦੀ ਸਾਜ਼ਿਸ਼ ਦਾ। ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਨੇ ਭਾਰਤ ਨੂੰ $3 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਦੇ ਡਰੋਨ ਵੇਚਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਮਝੌਤੇ ਤੇ ਰੋਕ ਲਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਗੁਰਪਤਵੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਪੰਨੂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਨ ਦੀ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਸਾਜ਼ਿਸ਼ ਬਾਰੇ ਭਾਰਤ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਲੋੜੀਂਦੀ ਜਾਂਚ ਨਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ 6 ਬੋਇੰਗ ਜਹਾਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੀ ਡਿਲੀਵਰੀ ਸਮੇਤ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਸਮਝੌਤੇ ਵੀ ਰੋਕ ਲਏ ਗਏ ਹਨ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਮਰੀਕਨ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਅਮਰੀਕਨ ਜ਼ਮੀਨ ਤੇ ਘੜੀ ਗਈ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਚਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਨਾਰਾਜ਼ ਹਨ। ਭਾਰਤੀ ਮੂਲ ਦੇ ਅਮਰੀਕਨ ਕਾਂਗਰਸਮੈਨ ਇਸ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਛਿੱਥੇ ਪਏ ਹੋਏ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਕੀ ਨਿਕਲਣਾ ਹੈ।
US blocks $3 billion drone sale to India until meaningful investigation of Pannun assassination conspiracy. A Washington-based source says that Indian-American lawmakers in particular are deeply concerned about the fallout from the indictment of an Indian in the plot. The US government has held back delivery of 31 MQ-9 Sea Guardian and Sky Guardian drones to India until New Delhi carries out a meaningful investigation into the conspiracy to assassinate Gopatwant Singh Pannun, The Wire has learned. Pannun, who hold dual US and Canadian citizenship, is a New York-based Khalistan activist accused by India of terrorism. The proposed $3 billion purchase includes 15 Sea Guardian drones for the Indian Navy, while the Indian Air Force and Army are supposed to get 8 Sky Guardian drones each. Also held back by Washington are smaller Indian acquisitions, including a proposal to buy 6 Boeing P-8I long-range maritime patrol aircraft. These are to supplement 12 P-8I Poseidon aircraft that the Indian Navy already operates. Ironically, the Indian Ministry of Defence's internal approval for the now stalled drone procurement came in June 2023, a week before Prime Minister Narendra Modi's state visit to Washington. This was also the time when the conspiracy to kill Pannun allegedly set in motion by an Indian security official named CC1, according to a federal indictment made public last November, shifted to high gear. Today, the purchase is stuck in the US Congress because of anger over the brazen attempt to assassinate Pannun. US representatives have frozen the legislative movement needed for proceeding with the sale, a highly placed source in Washington told this reporter. The source, who operates at the top layer of US policy making, cannot be identified as he is not authorized to speak to the media. Explaining the delay in delivering these lethal, long-range weapons to India, the Washington-based source says that Indian-American lawmakers in particular are deeply concerned about the fallout from the indictment of an Indian named Nikhil Gupta. He has been formally charged with conspiring to kill Pannun, and is currently in detention in the Czech Republic pending his deportation to the US. In a joint statement on the Pannun plot last December, 5 US Congress members of Indian origin who received a classified briefing from the Biden administration on the federal indictment said that it is critical for India to fully investigate and hold those responsible, including Indian government officials, accountable, and provide assurances that this will not happen again. US federal prosecutors alleged that Gupta had promised $100,000 to an FBI agent posing as a hitman to kill Pannun in New York. Gupta was arrested in the Czech Republic on June 30 at America's request. On November 29, US federal prosecutors charged Gupta with murder for hire, which carries up to 10 years in prison, and conspiracy to commit murder for hire, which has a maximum sentence of a 10-year jail term. The Indian-American lawmakers also warned of significant damage to the US-India partnership if New Delhi does not address the situation directly and quickly. Contacted for comments on the delayed approvals for the drone deal, the US State Department said, "We do not comment on arms sales until we have formally notified the US Congress." The Indian Navy and India's Defense Ministry also did not respond to a request for comments. India has given its commitment to make a full accounting of the Pannun affair. And then the Capitol Hill is going to exercise its judgment on whether India has taken adequate measures or not, says the Washington Insider. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has played down the impact of this issue on Indo-US ties. In an interview to the Financial Times, Modi said, "There is strong bipartisan support for the strengthening of this relationship, and that he didn't think it appropriate to link a few incidents with diplomatic relations between the two countries.